Okay, I'm down to the final video of the night. I started out with, what did I start out with? It was red something. Whiskey from Kiefer Sutherland. Then I had something peated from Ireland. It was a silky. And the third one was a Armorique peated something or other from France. Now, after traveling around the world, I have Macaloney's The Peat Project. This is a Canadian island peated single malt whiskey, and it is carefully crafted in premium European Muscatel barrique. This is bottled at 46% ABV. The ppm scale is 54, so 54. Cask number 172, bottle number 271 of 281, so 271 out of 281 bottles, bottled in May of 2023. So this, I've had this since the end of July. Now we're into October. We're about halfway through October now. And this is something special because Macaloney's and peated. Not only that, it's peat from Washington State. Peat from Washington State. So I'm going to have to give this a try. For you, Catnap, I was going to send you some of these already, but this is the last Macaloney's that I have unopened, and I wanted to send you one of each that I had opened. So this is why I've been taking so long to send you samples, because I wanted to send you one of each. And this is the last one that I haven't opened. So that's why it's taken a while to get these samples to you that I keep talking about. And there's our bottle of Macaloney's Washington Peat, single cask selection Washington Peat. So this is from a single cask, cask number 172. There's 281 bottles, and this is bottle number 271. This is limited edition here. Composite cork. Sawdust and glue. Gonna give this a try. Yeah. Been looking forward to this one. A peated Macaloney with Washington peat at, what was it, 54? Yeah, 54 ppm. That's 54 parts per million phenol. I even have an empty sample bottle ready for that. Okay. This one looks to be subtle once again. This is probably the first time I've had anything that's been peated with Washington peat. Earlier in this session, I had one that was peated with Irish peat, and I had one that was peated with peat from Brittany in France. And this is Peat from Washington State, so it's going to be a different animal altogether. I'm getting some smokiness here. But it's not overpowering me with peat smoke. I'm getting a bit of a creosote note. But the peat is light. It's not one of those heavy railway ties that have been soaked in peat and oil and soaked in creosote and been out in the sun for a decade or two. It's none of that dry peated wood or wood that's been aged in oil. This is light for peated whiskey. It's giving me some oak notes of an oakiness. I thought I'd break in right about here, post-production, and let you know what this thing costs. It says here $129.99, and if you add up all the taxes and everything, it works out to about $149.50. So $150. There you go. Is it worth it? I haven't finished the bottle yet, but I'll find out eventually if it's worth it or not. Giving me a bit of a woodiness. I do get the peat, yes, but it's not overpowering. On the nose, I'm not getting all that much. I'm getting a bit of fruitiness like I often get from Macaloney's. And I'm getting some sweet peat on the nose. I'll have to taste this, won't I? Oh. Now I get the peat smoke. Wow. Wow. Dry, earthy peat. Dry and earthy. It really stands out. There's not much on the nose, but on the palate, oh my gosh. Dry, earthy peat covers and coats the mouth completely. Dry, earthy peat. It's a lot like the peat, the Irish peat that I got in the Silky, but it's much sweeter. Much sweeter than the peat in the Silky, the Irish whiskey. Much sweeter. Oh, there's other stuff going on here besides the peat. Oh, this will take some time to get used to. This is going to be my last whiskey of the night. It has been quite a journey. On the nose, yeah, I'm getting a bit of light fruits. I'm getting a bit of sweetness. That's probably from the Muscatel cask, because this is Canadian Island peated single malt whiskey that was carefully crafted in a premium European Muscatel barrique. So I was getting some of that sweetness from the Muscatel. It's as if the Muscatel barrique and the peated barley kind of cancel each other out, which is interesting. Then when I take a sip, the peated malted barley is there definitely. It's like a charcoal peat. And that's perfectly balanced with the Muscatel cask. This is quite a masterpiece. This is a beauty. The two heavy influences of peat, smoke, peated barley, and aging it in a Muscatel cask gives it the sweetness. It's just balanced. It's fantastic. This is a lovely whiskey from Macaloney's, and it's surprising me how good it is. Wow. I will never get an opportunity to get this bottle again, because there were only 281 of them in existence, and they were bottled back in May, and now we're halfway through October. I'm glad I was able to get this. Every time I nose it, I don't get much on the nose, but the perfect balance between the two strong influences of peat smoke and the Muscatel cask. Oh, this is some superb piece of work. Macaloney's has done well once again. Every time I take a sip, I get deeper into this and like it even more. Wow. Wow. Here's to your very good health. Cheers.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.